I don't even know why I'm recording this. Sometimes it feels ridiculous to be talking into a camera about my life, but I think I want someone out there to know that they're not alone. I think I'm recording this for my younger self and also for my daughter, my most treasured human and artist. So I live in France, but I'm originally from Rio de Janeiro, raised in the heat and chaos of Brazil. And when I think back to my childhood, it's not the classrooms that I remember, or the lessons, or the grades. It's the smell of the sea, tropical rain and thunder. It's the jungle, and the sound of tiny monkeys in the trees outside my school window, because my school was nestled in the confines of Rio's Atlantic rainforest. I would get lost staring at those monkeys. They were free, wild, unbothered by expectations. And I'd sit at my desk trying to shrink myself into whatever shape the world demanded. Wake up, my teacher would say, come back to the real world. But even then, I knew that the jungle was the real world. The grades, the rules and boxes, that was the dream and not a pleasant one. So I hated school. I probably had undiagnosed ADHD, or maybe that's just what we call kids who don't fit. In a world obsessed with boxes, the ones who don't fit are always labeled first. And eventually, you start believing them, you start thinking something's wrong with you. And I grew up believing my sensitivity was a flaw, that my imagination was embarrassing, that the stories I wrote and the drawings I made were silly, a phase, something to hide in drawers. So I filled journals and sketchbooks and then shut them away in the dark. I went to art school against the will of my family. Then I left art school. I studied science because it seemed safer, more respectable, and my family thought I was on the right track. Numbers made sense, formulas were applauded, dreams not so much, because the world has a place for numbers and figures and pulling the puzzles apart. For questions of science and progress, but they don't speak as loud as my heart. But here's the thing nobody tells you. When you betray your own nature long enough, your body starts to protest. For me, it was my skin. It was itchy, inflamed, restless, full of eczema, like my soul trying to claw its way out. This is the part I usually skip over. The years of odd jobs, freelancing, building a jewelry brand, trying to prove I could make it, moving to France for love, becoming a mother, the only part that has always felt whole and true. But even in the most beautiful moments of my life, there was this ache, this whisper. What happened to the girl who watched the monkeys and knew that the world she lived in was not the real world, that it had been stripped out of sacredness and wild nature? Here's what I've realized lately. The biggest struggle artists face isn't talent, it's self-worth. We grow up being told that what we create, our art, our meraki, which is a Greek word to express the piece of our soul we offer to the world through our art, doesn't matter. We're told to get a real job, to stop dreaming, to measure our worth in achievements, salaries, titles. We're told that unless our art is validated, sold, approved, it's worthless, and by extension, so are we. And the cruelty of that message is that it doesn't just kill art, it kills the part of us that believes we're allowed to exist exactly as we are. I can't tell you how many times I tried to silence my own dreams. I did therapy, I did self-help, I tried to fix myself so I could belong. But what needed fixing wasn't me. It was the world that told me my dreams were too small, too big, too much. It took solitude to show me that. Not the pretty kind of solitude you see on Instagram with candles and sunsets and hashtag romanticize your life, but the ugly kind, the kind where you're sitting in a quiet room in old jogging pants, your face all puffy from sobbing with your own thoughts, and they're all screaming at you. That's where the work starts. That's where you meet the parts of yourself you've been trying to not face. And that's where I began to understand that my sensitivity, the thing I hated, was actually my compass. I spend hours alone now, painting, writing, walking. Sometimes I talk to myself, sometimes I talk to God. I don't always know what I'm looking for, but I know I find pieces of it in the quiet. Solitude didn't just make me a better artist, it made me a truer human. Because when you stop trying to earn your worth, you start to live from it. So if you're listening to this and you've been told your dreams don't matter, I'm here to tell you they do. Your art matters. Your Meraki matters. It doesn't have to be validated to be real. And you're not broken because you can't fit into a job description. You and I, we are the artists. We're not here to fit. We're here to feel, to remind the world what it means to feel and to be alive. So as the muse Tracy Chapman says in her song Crossroads, I'm here to save my soul, to save myself, and to uplift humanity by healing my soul and by healing the soul of the world. So maybe solitude isn't about being alone after all. Maybe it's about finally being with yourself. The self you've been told to abandon, the self that's been waiting quietly all along for you. And this is a new art channel. If this resonated with you, I would love you to hit like and subscribe, because I started this channel to be able to find other people who have these kinds of deep thoughts and who also want to uplift consciousness. Because I do believe what Terence McKenna says, that culture is not your friend. And I created a free masterclass that I'm really proud of. It's called Unblock Your Creativity. And it's not about teaching technique. It's about reclaiming yourself. It's about reclaiming your self-worth as an artist. It's about remembering that your creativity isn't a hobby. It's a lifeline. It's a calling. It's a vocation. And if you're tired of silencing your own voice, if you're ready to stop apologizing for what you feel, then this is for you, because the world doesn't just need more art, it needs more whole artists. Artists that have healed themselves so that they can heal and uplift the consciousness of the world. Artists who remember their sacredness. Save my soul, save myself, that's what the world needs.